everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Saturday and it is June 13th. On our show today, we have escrow options with Bernadette Kirkus, and then we have the Reform Temple of Laguna Woods with Muriel Ash and Beverly Genero. And both have some great information to share with you about what's been going on and what is upcoming. Now let's go to our regular resources that we give to you on a regular basis. Our first one is the ochealthinfo.com, where you can get all of the details of the coronavirus cases, deaths, hospitalizations. That gives you it by area, by city, as well as gender, and a variety of other things that you can do. Our second website is the cdc.gov, which we give you on a regular basis, and that's where you can learn how to be safe during COVID-19. And then the last one I'm going to give you, which is a new one, it has been around, but it actually has been added to, so I think it's a great single source to go to for a couple of different things, covid19.ca.gov, and that one will share with you information about COVID-19 as well as the governor's reopening plans. Or you could always go to our website, which is Laguna Woods Village Alerts.com. And if you have any questions about the village or what's going on, you can send us an email at info@lagunawoodsvillage.com. Or of course, you can always call our hotline, which is updated on a daily basis as we get new information, 949-268-2019. Now let's take a look at our weather for the weekend. It's looking lovely. 75, 58 for Saturday. We're going to have some AM clouds with sunshine later in the day. So the sun will peek its eye out at some point. Sunday, 77, 60. We will have AM clouds again with some sunshine in the afternoon. And then Monday, 78, 60. Also AM clouds with sunny conditions after the clouds break. Let's take a look at our travel weather. If you are planning to go to the beaches, it will be 71, 61. Mammoth will have thunder and lightning, 57, 39. Big Bear is at 66, 37. And Palm Springs is going to be a hot one, 99 and 70 degrees. Our sunrise and sunset. The sunrise was at 5:40, and then our sunset is 8:02. And we have a lovely photo there that was sent by one of our residents. Please email us a lovely photo that you might have, and email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. When we return, we will have escrow options, and Bernadette will be sharing with you what they've been doing and some of the things that you need to think about when choosing escrow. We'll be right back.
Maxi Comfort from Golden is the most comfortable lift recliner in the world. Its patented technology glides smoothly into a variety of positions not found on most recliners. Everyone loves the programmable auto-drive control. You can lift and recline, watch TV or sleep, and enjoy the feeling of weightlessness in zero gravity. Made by American workers and backed by the industry's best warranties. Feel relaxed in a Maxi Comfort lift recliner. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Bernadette Kirkus, who is here with escrow options. Bernadette, it's been a while. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
Very good. We've been doing lots of interviews this way, so you're probably, I feel like my 300th. It's been a long, it's been a long several weeks. But nonetheless, I just wanted to touch base with you because I understand you guys are now open.
Right.
So give me an idea, for the last several weeks, what have you guys been doing? Is it sort of behind the scenes type thing, or what have you been doing now?
So we have been still fully operational, with the exception of obviously allowing the public to come into our office or for having our staff members see the public in any way. So we have been doing a lot of Zoom meetings. We're still processing escrows from beginning to end. We are still able to have notaries meet with clients, obviously with the social distancing. Our staff is supplied with masks and gloves and all of the sanitary necessities needed to work in the offices. we are fortunate to have offices that allow each one of our escrow officers to be within their own confined office space with their door closed. So there's not a lot of, small areas where everybody has to kind of congregate in one small spot. So we've been very diligent about making sure that we are doing everything that the CDC is recommending, but still fully operational, full staff. We're still able to process escrows, like I said, and it's just been different.
Yeah, well, originally the real estate agents were not considered essential. And then all of a sudden they were considered essential. And of course, looking at buying homes and things like that, you don't necessarily have to be looking at the home, although I know people like to, but there were things that were done online. But
Right.
then the real estate agents became essentials, and then they could do virtual tours as well as like one-on-one and things like that. So I'm imagining that your business has picked up since that's happened, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So it obviously did take a little bit of a hit at the beginning of all of this crazy COVID-19 pandemic, but that makes sense. People are just unsure. And whenever there's an uncertainty, the last thing people are thinking about is selling or purchasing property at that time. But I think once everybody kind of started realizing that, this is a new norm, there are different things that we have to do now, but we can still go on with, our lives and how everything is. And the real estate market, as far as pricing, didn't get affected at all throughout this. Prices are still great. Rates are still great. And like you said, as soon as agents were able to get verified as essential, they were able to do the virtual walkthroughs. And yeah, like you said, viewing appointments only. I think a lot of them are still practicing that, so there still isn't big open houses yet, or at least not that I know of. But they're doing everything that they can. They've heavily been dealing with social media, which I think is fantastic, because that was something that some agents did and some agents shied away from. And this has kind of forced them to use technology a little bit more. So it's been great to see all the different things that real estate agents have been able to do during this time, and how to still make their business work and how to still help people that did need to make a move during a time like this.
Exactly. And I've seen a lot of that too. So that's been helpful, I'm sure. So when someone is actually thinking about purchasing a home, what do they need to think about? Because you're an escrow company, and sometimes the real estate agents already have an escrow company. And so we don't normally think about why we would want to choose an escrow company. So could you help me understand and help our residents understand why it's important to think about that?
Sure. So escrow is considered one of the service providers in an actual real estate transaction, and it has to be done. You have to have escrow on a transaction. Typically it is the seller's choice of services, but the real estate agent will already have a relationship with an escrow company. And so, they want to work with who they trust. And a lot of times the consumer, the seller or the buyer, just either don't know what escrow is, obviously don't have connections with escrow, that kind of a thing. So they rely on the trust of their real estate agent. However, if they educate themselves a little bit more about what escrow actually does, which is hold all of the money in the transaction, make sure it's all distributed accurately, as well as make sure that, fraud doesn't happen during the transaction at all. They can bring up some very serious questions to their real estate agent when they are ready to purchase or sell a home. A couple of questions would be, is this escrow company SSAE certified? What are they doing to protect my funds and my identity when I'm in escrow? Where are they located? Do they have a Laguna Woods specialist? There's a couple of questions that go hand in hand with making sure that the right person is in place for that.
I guess I'm shocked because, you do trust your real estate agent, and I never even thought that there would be any issues of fraud or security or something like that associated with those monies. Does it happen a lot where people have had fraud?
Yes, there was actually a pretty recent one. If you just look it up, escrow fraud in San Diego. There was a very recent one where they lost their entire life savings due to wire fraud. So, then there's just certain escrow companies that just don't have the necessary precautions or policies in place. And it could be just because they're a smaller boutique escrow company, or that they are a broker-owned escrow company as well. So they're a little smaller and just don't have the infrastructure to be able to limit that risk and liability. Luckily for us, we are an independent escrow company, so we have the means to be able to do so. And it always has been one of our prioritized things, is to make sure that we are secure, because not only do we want to make sure our clients don't lose their money in escrow, but we want to protect the reputation of the real estate agent as well as our own reputation. We want to continue to do business, and the best way to do that is to protect said business.
Yeah, well, that's good to know, because it does seem scary that you put all your money into somewhere you're not really familiar with.
Right.
Something like that happens, and that is just amazing that it can still happen, right? So,
right. And it's not just money, it's personal information as well. I mean, identity theft is a huge problem also. So it's just making sure that both of those items are, very secure.
mm-hmm. Do you find that there are many escrow companies out there who don't have the security you're talking about?
Unfortunately, yes. There are a lot more that don't have it than do have it. So I'm hoping that in the next couple of years that we start seeing a change there, so that it just becomes a safer industry in general. Because buying real estate is probably the largest investment anyone is going to make in their lifetime. If not the largest investment. This could be somebody's retirement. This could be somebody's entire life savings. This could be something that somebody's passing down to their children. It's a really big deal. So to make sure that nothing goes wrong during the transaction is what I believe is priority number one. Make sure that the escrow company on the transaction is, very, very capable of caring for that, for those clients. One of the things that we have an upper hand on is not only do we have all these security measures in place, which some companies do, but we are the only escrow company in California, I believe pretty much in the United States as well, that has been personally trained by the FBI on wire fraud and cyber theft. So, we've even taken it a step further in that regards.
Yeah, well, that's just amazing. And the fact that you know the ins and outs and why it happens just makes it that much better for the client. So great information. I appreciate it. You look great. Our stay-at-home stuff is either helping us personally in some cases or our garden.
Yeah. There's good filters on this camera.
I want the same. Thank you. All right. Well, it was good to talk with you, and hopefully we'll have to do it again soon.
Yep. Wonderful. Thanks so much, Lisa.
You're welcome. And we'll be right back after this.
At Harvard Eye, we're so happy to be open again to see you for all of your medical and surgical eye care. We're taking great care to protect everyone from COVID-19 by seeing fewer patients, spacing out chairs in the lobby, sanitizing our office constantly, and doing much more. The world is changing a lot, but what hasn't changed is we're honored by your trust and confidence and committed to keeping you safe. We can't wait to see you again.
Today, I am joined by Mariel and Beverly of the Reformed Temple of Laguna Woods. Hi, ladies. It's been a while since we've chatted. How are you doing?
Hi. Great. Thank you.
Good. Are you doing okay with the stay at home still?
Staying at home and Zooming. Lots of Zooms. And we're very lucky to have that available to us.
I know. Who would have known, huh? We all should have bought stock in Zoom a long time ago.
There you go. Good idea. A little late now.
A little late now, but all right. Well, anyway, I'm glad you guys could join me today. So let's talk about some of the things that you guys have coming up. Obviously, you have been very active on Zoom. You're very active via phone calls. So Mariel, tell me what happens on Friday nights. You guys still doing that?
Yeah, every Friday night we have our Sabbath Shabbat services, 7:30, just like we did in Clubhouse 1, but now we're Zooming, and our services are led by our Rabbi Kamen and our cantorial singer and our choir director with various members of our choir, each in their own home. It is really something else, but it's very warm and welcoming, and we all feel very good about it. It's a lovely service, and we are very happy to be able to do this. So this is working out so nicely.
It brings it a different kind of warmth, huh?
You know, it is, especially with the rabbi speaking directly to us on the Zoom. So it's not like you're sitting in the back row. I mean, you're right in the front row. There's no 6-footer sitting in front of you. So that's one of the pluses of Zoom. Yes, we miss the community hugs, but this is next best, and we are in touch, and I feel very fortunate that we are. It's just been wonderful. Every Friday night, 7:30, tune in, and if you need the link, this is available. All you have to do is get on our website, and we will, in fact, I think the link is always sent to our members, but community people in the community, if they want to come to our service, all they have to do is get on the website and contact us. We'll be happy to send them the link.
Okay, perfect. Well, that sounds great that people are able to check it out. Now, was there an email address that you wanted to provide, or do you want them just to go to the website?
Well, we could provide the email address. It is Lipton, Lipton 56 @gmail.com. And just send her the email. That's our friend Robin Lipton, who's the Lipton, who is a Zoom expert, and she'll send the link to you.
Okay, perfect. And then Sunday, you have something coming up that is very nice to have.
Such fun. It's the Ask the Rabbi. All the questions you wanted to know about Jewish things that you might have been afraid to ask, but even if you weren't afraid to ask and you wanted more clarification, this is going to be 9:30 Wednesday on Sunday morning, this coming Sunday morning on the 14th. You do need to be a member of our synagogue in order to access that, and every member of the synagogue will get the link to ask questions directly to Rabbi Kamen. He's always very entertaining, very interesting, and oh so knowledgeable. So that has been a tradition for a few years at our temple around the High Holy Days, where we have an Ask the Rabbi. Now that we've got Zoom, we're going to do this pretty regularly so that people, any questions they have about Jewish practice, Jewish history, he'll be there to answer your questions. I think it's going to be great, and I'm looking forward to participating.
This brings a lot of flexibility to a variety of different things. I mean, obviously the rabbi doesn't have to leave his facility. You ladies don't have to go out. And I love your comment about not having this 6-foot person sit in front of you, because sure enough, the minute I sit down, there is always somebody taller than me in front.
Isn't that the way we have to deal, us people who are vertically challenged? It's true. It's true. But our benefits, there's a silver lining to everything.
Absolutely. Okay, well, good. Thanks for the information. Now, Beverly, you've got some other things you'd like to tell us about.
Right. We're approaching the end of our fiscal year for the Reformed Temple. And on Sunday, June 28th at 10 a.m., we will hold our annual congregational meeting. And it'll be on Zoom, surprise. The link for this meeting will be sent to all of our members, who will then have the opportunity to vote for the nominated slate of our 2020-21 Board of Officers and Trustees. And the incoming president will also give the members information on plans for the upcoming year for the temple. Questions regarding this meeting and its agenda should be emailed to, one word, Reform Temple Laguna Woods @gmail.com. So if you have any questions regarding that, send them there. And please, please be sure to attend. You'll have the link. Be sure to attend. We want everyone to have an opportunity to participate in our annual meeting.
Are you finding that most members are participating using Zoom, or are there some people who just aren't sure yet?
The majority of the members, I think, are. just as the general public is. But we're making efforts, as we have since the very beginning of this pandemic, starting with the beginning of April, very 1st of April. We, our rabbi and our social action committee led by Bobby Rosenfeld, have been reaching out to all of our members with telephone calls. Every single member is receiving a telephone call if they want one, just to keep connected. It's a very challenging time and people need to talk to somebody. And so we're doing that. And there's a special effort to contact those who are ill and alone. And we ask all of our members to please notify either the rabbi or Barbara Janeway, who would like to know if anyone is ill or in need of a phone call, a special phone call. We would be happy to reach out. We want people to feel connected. I think that connectivity is really important now. People shouldn't feel isolated.
You know, absolutely. And that's been something we have been discussing with many of our doctors that have been on our Zoom is isolation. And, you know, this whole, 12, 14 weeks that we've been staying at home has probably been the most difficult for people who are alone. And
That's true.
Because they can't necessarily go out. So I think that's a really nice thing that you guys are doing, where you just, make phone calls to people to make sure that they're doing okay.
Well, as part of a temple family, we want to make sure that people in our temple feel that they are cared about and that they have somebody that's paying attention to them. They're not alone.
That's great. That's great. And Muriel, would you like to say anything about that?
Well, I've made a fair number of calls to temple members, and what I have found is everyone is so happy to get the call. That has been a real joy for me to say, this is Muriel calling from the temple. How are you doing? And oh, how nice of you to call. I mean, I'm amazed at the welcome that I'm getting from making the calls. It's wonderful.
That's great. That's great. Well, you guys do a good job with everything that you do. So I think that's really nice of you. And I know that, the high holidays are going to be right here before you know it. So
they're coming up soon. Plans are currently underway for our observance of the high holidays, which will begin on September 18th. Our leadership is in communication with the village management to determine if any facilities will be available by then and what will be possible. But we're trying a lot of scenarios and, plans so that when the time comes, we'll be ready. We will be observing them as we do every year. Our rabbi, our cantorial soloist, and our choir director are all involved working together on these plans. And as we get closer and the plans are finalized, we will be sharing those with our members. But we do plan to have beautiful services as we do every year.
Oh, that's great. So, you know what? You're not taking out the specialness of the celebration. You just adapt to what we've got in front of us. And by September, I don't even have any idea if things are going to be open yet. We just don't know because we're still trying to follow what the governor is asking us to do. And so we don't really know. So hopefully that would be great, but we just don't know yet. So,
well, whatever we do, whether we do the holidays in person, whether we do the holidays on Zoom, however we do them, they're going to be warm, they're going to be beautiful, and there's going to be lots of observance of tradition, music, and the people that we are close to in our temple family.
Right. That's great. That's great. Well, thank you, ladies. Any last thoughts, Muriel?
Well, just Shabbat Shalom to everyone for tomorrow. Do join us. And we're just very happy that you've given us the opportunity to talk to the community. And that's so important. We want to keep connected with everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Beverly?
Thank you for having us here today. We're delighted to be able to share this time with you. And we want to wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, ladies. We appreciate it. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
And we'll be right back after this.
As a professional licensed realtor, you have worked countless hours to ensure your reputation is the best. Your clients know they can trust your judgment, that you'll be around when they need you, and that you will deliver what you promise. In escrow, one company has set that same standard for excellence. Escrow Options Group offers more than just outstanding escrow services. White glove concierge services, wire and fraud protection, custom estimates, and more at no extra charge. Choose the company that mirrors your professionalism. Escrow Options Group. Experience a better option of escrow services.
Summer is here. Diane's Hallmark has everything you need to make summer cool. From clothing to jewelry to unique one-of-a-kind gifts, Diane's Hallmark is the place to go. Diane's also has a large religious section as well. Come in today to see it all. Diane's Hallmark is located in the Walmart Shopping Center.
I'm Dr. Beto, Doctor of Physical Therapy, and I want to share with you a Medicare program that allows safe, in-home treatment. No more crowded clinics, no more waiting rooms. If you or your loved one are suffering from pain, poor balance, strength, or have had a recent fall, we can help. Call Care2 Health now to see if you qualify.
Welcome back. Our movie today is La La Land, and that stars Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, and it is a really great movie. It's more like a musical, so you should enjoy it. That will be at 3 p.m. with subtitles and then 6 p.m. without subtitles, and that is sponsored by Kaiser Permanente. And let me tell you about some of our concerts that we have today. At 4 p.m., we have a classical concert, new works from Katie Agox, Vincent Caliano, Patrick Castillo, and Sugar Vendil, and that'll be on Facebook, Jennifer KOH. Then on Sunday, we have a folk one, which will be at 5 p.m., and you can type in your URL, signaturesounds.com/home sessions. So that'll give you something fun to do this weekend. Let's go ahead and check out our weather one more time for the few days that we have here, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Today is looking very nice, 75, 58, a few clouds in the morning and then some sun later. 77, 60 a.m. clouds with sunshine later after they break off, and 78, 60 a.m. clouds with sunshine. And if you are traveling, you are going to have some varying weather. We are looking at possibly going to the beaches, 71, 61, Mammoth, Thunder and Lightning, 57, 39, Big Bear, 66, 37, and Palm Springs, 99, 70. Have a great day in the village. Don't forget, you can see us at 12:30 and 5, and we'll see you again here on Monday morning at 9 a.m. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.